everybody, and welcome to Natalie Drawn. I am starting a new watercolor series, so this is the first piece that I painted, and I had never painted a buffalo before or a bison, and I was just experimenting with how to do it and didn't really want to put a whole background on there, so I just did part of it. I really like the way that looks, and I was kind of inspired by Denise in liquid color. The way that she paints animals I think is really beautiful, so I also wanted to pair it with a quote, and when I was looking up quotes that I really liked to use, I kept getting stuck on these Bible verses and pairing animals with Bible verses. So I have been developing a series, so today I'm going to do the next animal up in this series. Now, I have already painted this, but I absolutely hated it, so I'm repainting it here in this video, and I'll show you the other piece and talk about kind of why I wanted to redo it, because I was so unhappy with how it came out that I didn't want to put it out there in the world. But I think it's worth sharing so that it's not just like me slamming my own artwork and being that girl when it's like actually fine, because I hate when people do that just for like what do you call it, like as an attention grab. So this is not that, but I am going to redo a piece. Moving right along, I have been planning out this series in this little notebook, and so here I drew a little bear. I sketched him out really lightly, and then I redrew it on a watercolor piece of paper, and that is when things started to go wrong. So I have the sketch here, and I've gone in with my 6B drawing pencil and made really dark outlines so that I could trace it onto the new piece of paper, because I was really happy with how that sketch came out. And sometimes when you redraw things a second time, the first time was so much better. And that has to deal with like not overthinking shapes, and when you're drawing something for the first time, you are looking at like how does it actually look, or what characteristics does it actually have, whereas when you're redrawing something over and over and over again, you start to get comfortable and you think about the way that it looks in your head, and you're not actually looking at how it looks in real life. And that's what happened to me. I got caught up and I totally messed up the proportions. So I'm going to show you something that I am not proud of, but here it is. This is the bear that I attempted after I drew this nice one that I was happy with. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to show you. It looks like this. Now, the face is not bad. The front part, like this part of the bear, I'm actually okay with, but where it kind of got away from me was this like bubble butt. And the proportions are just way off in this part, and because of the proportions being off in the hind quarters, it throws off the whole look of the bear. If you just look at like this part, like that's pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with how that came out. And I kind of just want to cut it down to size, but it wouldn't be the same size as the bison print, and so I want to be true to my series and make them on the same size as a paper. So I'm just gonna redo it, and hopefully my bear doesn't turn out with a bubble butt again. So what I did to combat bubble butt syndrome is to retrace my lines in the sketch that I was happy with, And then I put graphite on the back of the page, and I traced it. It's mirrored, if you see that. So what I did is I traced this with the dark pencil, and then I put it on the paper where I wanted it to be, and I scrubbed with the graphite on the back so that the lines would transfer. So I have a mirror image. And now I'm going to paint this bear, and then I'm going to add the quote over here on this side of it. So it will be a mirror image of the quote of the painting that I have done previously and have been unhappy with. So sometimes you have to redo things and you don't really have a choice. That's just the way that it needs to be. So, you know, we're just gonna roll with it. I do have some photographs I'm working off of stock images of some grizzly bears that I found online so that I can get the colors right. I am not at all sure of how this bear is going to turn out, but we are going to try again because I couldn't figure out what other animal to paint. I was trying to look at foxes, but I couldn't pick a verse that went with it, and it was just dragging on and on and on, and I thought, like, I'll just redo the bear piece and we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to start with my artistic Isle Watercolors. I have a whole bunch of them here, and I have some more colors in this one, and I also have even more colors in a different place, and maybe someday I will do a art room tour and show you all of the ridiculous amounts of watercolors that I have. For now, I'm going to be using these ones. I painted the bison with artistic Isle Watercolors. This is the Tuscan Sun Golden Ochre, Mission Oak, which is also her Scarlet Hematite, Vine Black, some Hickory, and Burnt Sienna. Just beautiful browns, and then I use sap green and sap green deep for the background. And these watercolors are really great. I use them all the time. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I use them a lot. So here we go. I'm going to start with the lightest color. I'm going to dip into the Tuscan Sun, which is really like a golden ochre color. I use it a lot. It's one of my favorites. But the tops of this bear is going to be lighter, and it's going to kind of ombre down into a darker color. So I want to start with the lighter color first, because in watercolor, once you go dark, you can't go back. Well, you can sometimes, depending, but it's really hard. And it is not good for your paper. So I'm just gonna cover this whole top part because his face is light too. I'll just go everything. Color it all. To paint his body first, and then I'll come back in and do the face, but I just don't know, guys. I don't know. I messed that other one up so bad that I'm nervous to do it again, but I need to do it again. So we're just, I don't know how it's gonna go. We'll figure it out together, I guess. pretty good, but his face needs a lot of work still. I'm just glazing with the yellow ochre to kind of tie that all back in together. I might come back and do some more on that body, but I'm gonna try and do some stuff on the face, and hopefully I don't mess it up. done. And now it's time to do the quote. I will come back in and do the background after these parts that I just re-wet dry a little bit. And I'm just gonna sketch out with my HB drawing pencil where the words are gonna go. I'm gonna put in the ground and then peel the tape off. you think, huh? Did we do it better the second time? Because I think we did. This bear has a lot better quality about the fur, and the lighting is better, and he doesn't have a bubble butt. Or like a freakishly long front arm. So we did good, guys. Thanks for tagging along. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more of my videos. This is going to be a series. I'm not always gonna have a crappy one that we need to redo, but if you want to see more of the animal illustrations, then definitely subscribe. If you want to see any more watercolor artwork, I also have other videos on my channel for different things like landscapes and galaxies, and lots more coming in the future. So thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.